I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another Patreon review, this time from Marv B. First off, thank you for that. If anyone's ever interested in requesting reviews or re-reviews or any other type of videos, you can either join me on my Patreon or you could request it directly via PayPal. The links to both are down below in the info box. If so, thank you. If not, I understand. But the review he wanted me to do today is for Standoff from 2016. And I quite enjoyed this film. I thought this was a pretty damn good, underrated flick. Now, let me stress, this is not an action-packed movie. But I thought it was a really good... It was a film that was really good in showcasing the talents of Thomas Jane and Laurence Fishburne. I thought the director did a nice job keeping a good pace, showcasing, fleshing out the main character, Thomas Jane. Laurence Fishburne was having fun as the villain. The plot of the film, this little girl witnesses a murder by a hitman. The hitman chases her onto the land of Thomas Jane's character. And then the standoff, where Thomas Jane and little girl are on top of the stairs. Laurence Fishburne's at the bottom of the stairs. Thomas Jane has one shotgun shell left, but Laurence Fishburne doesn't know that. And the standoff where Fishburne's trying to fuck with him mentally, and he's having fun. Thomas Jane, we get to know a little bit about him in flashbacks, and he's had some personal loss. He's a bit of a drinker. The little girl, she's not annoying. She's not irritating. I thought Thomas Jane was very sympathetic. The little girl, again, she worked well with Thomas Jane. There's definitely felt some care between the two of them. Little altercations happen. But let me stress, this is not an action film. I would say this is more of a slow, but not slow in a bad way. Might not make sense, but it's a slow creeping thriller. Where it's not the thriller where, oh my god, what's going to happen next? But it's the thriller where it's ratcheting up as Laurence Fishburne is getting more and more agitated. It's getting darker outside. They're both messing with each other, verbally fucking with each other. I'm trying to think. I don't really give a lot of weight on this, because no one has ever talked about this movie that I could think of. Well, I should say no one, but you never hear anyone talk about this film, and it's too bad because I thought it was a pleasant surprise. It was a pleasant surprise where, again, it might sound boring, but Thomas Jane, little girl at the top, Laurence Fishburne at the bottom of the stairs, but I thought that was made for an interesting dichotomy of who has the better will With Thomas Jane being a man of principles. Laurence Fishburne. You learn a little bit more about Fishburne's character, but not enough to ruin it, if that makes sense. Like, you learn a little bit of who character is as a person, but not enough so that he's not menacing anymore. I thought the ending was satisfying to me. It wasn't a stupid, out of the blue, cheap shot ending. I thought it was well directed. It was just a good looking film. I thought the cinematography was on point. And really, it's a good showcase for Thomas Jane and Laurence Fishburne's acting. You know, I find it funny that both of them were in shitty Predator films. Laurence Fishburne was in Predators, and Thomas Jane was in The Predator. They're both in shitty Predator films, but you get them together, you make a movie that, for the most part, takes place in one location. For the most part. I don't really have much issues with this. I really didn't. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised by this. As long, again, if you don't go in expecting action, it's not that kind of movie. Like I said, it's a nice, tense standoff between these two characters where, like I said, I really get to enjoy Tom. I like Thomas Jane as an actor. The Punisher, David Hell Malone. This movie, I think, is one of his better films compared to some of his recent work. Nice to see Laurence Fishburne in there having some fun. It's a not long movie, doesn't overstay its welcome. At least I didn't feel that. I forget the exact running time, but it felt like it was like an hour and 20 some minutes. Be like, are you sure you don't know running time? I thought that's what it was, but if it's not technically, it didn't feel long, is what I'm getting at. It didn't try to overdo it with 85 subplots. One thing happens here, one thing's happened there, but it's not too cluttered up with nonsensical stuff. Pretty basic, pretty straightforward. Yeah, I don't want to give a ton away. If you don't like it, that's cool, but I would say give it a look. I think this is a film that deserves a little bit more than it's gotten. Because you'd never hear anybody talk about this. And just for a simple fact, if you like these two actors, I think you would enjoy at least on that front. And spoiler alert, starting now. Spoilers. For example, I like that Thomas Jane, you did see a little bit of his backstory where his son had tripped and hit his head on a rock because he didn't put stuff away. I thought the way that the field looked and the landscape and this house seemed like it was in the middle of nowhere. I liked the look of the film. I felt sorry for Thomas Jane's character. The bit with the cop, I actually kind of found it interesting where it's this young rookie cop and I kind of assumed, oh, he would help Thomas Jane out and okay, they're going to do all this. But no, he immediately gets shot through the door and then immediately gets tied up. His finger smashed. Laurence Fishburne wants Thomas Jane to come down. Thomas Jane knows it's a bad idea. And he even says, you're a sick fuck, and you want to... And then he hears the gunshot. And Fishburne did kill the cop. So it was kind of a false sense of hope. I appreciate it because it really was down to Thomas Jane and Laurence Fishburne. And you get to the standoff, he fucking stabs Fishburne in the neck. I mean, he gets hit, but he fucking stabs Fishburne in the neck. And you get a little bit of Fishburne's character, that part of me was like, okay, is that out of place where he has a chance to kill the girl as he's dying, but then he's like, what do you think I am, a monster? And he doesn't do it. But at least they did explain before. You just assume he was a liar. But he did explain, yeah, I did that because it's part of my job. And I do my job, I get my job done. And then he explained later, when I killed the first time, I was sad. But then I killed another, I felt a bit better. And apparently he was telling the truth. So he was still a bad guy, but he had his own thing going on. So I thought that was a little bit interesting. So yeah, would have liked to have seen more action. I'm an action junkie. I would not have been aghast at more action. No, I would have been happy with more action throughout the film. Sure. But as it is, I thought it was done well. If it had a shitty ending and really piss poor dialogue, or it went ape shit crazy to the Twilight Zone, on just sometimes movies like will do that, then sure, I'd be more mad and angry. But as it is, I thought the director did a pretty solid job with this film. And I would say if you like these two actors, check it out. But thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.